Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Omnifactory. Woohoo! Now, I have a question. I want to turn the oxygenless space feature off. Okay? I know that would kind of be considered cheating, and I should feel very, very ashamed. But here's the thing, okay? Even with this spacesuit, right? And it's a very fancy spacesuit, and we have lots of oxygen right here, and I can come into this room and stand on this gas charge pad, etc. It is happened a few times where I have just gone AFK as I was looking at something, or I need to step away, and I have AFK a lot here, and I come back and I'm dead. Okay? It's not necessarily that I'm struggling to keep the oxygen, it's just that it's not very cohesive with the gameplay. I'm not trying to hide from anything, but it would be just so much more convenient if that works. So I want your guys' opinion. Please let me know. What should I do to make it worth turning it off, or should I suck it up and just keep everything unchanged and find workarounds? Find ways that every building that I might AFK in has oxygen, etc. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, now, in the last episode, I was clicking around. We finished this page. We finished the mid-game, and we had something which is very interesting. We got the warp core right here, which should allow us to travel to distant planets, either to explore them or just change the background of our space station. Now, I think it's super fun having the the Earth, so to speak, below us and seeing greens and blues move by, but I think that it would be pretty cool to try and launch our multi-building space station to another location. So let's give that a try, but first we're going to have to get rid of this pesky waypoint, remove, and see how to build this thing. Now what's going on here? That doesn't look proper. The easy building thing has not been treating me super nicely with this, otherwise we would have a whole bunch more built, but I'll keep building soon. Alright, let's take a look at the warp core. Alright, now the holo projector is fantastic because it can help us build exactly what we need. We're able to yoink, fill that in, titanium, titanium, boink, 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 and the warp core right there. Now, shift, what was it? It was shift scroll, there we go. Machine structure, along with another block of gold in the center, doink, 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 and shift scroll up again. It just tells you exactly where to place everything, and I could not be more in love with this thing. It is fantastic. Now, what was the thing that would allow us to build this? Was it a little hammer? Advanced rocketry. Maybe we right click. Aha! There we go. We have a warp core. Now we do need to access the input hatch right here. Maybe, possibly, don't know. And then, oh, it was just laggy. Okay, and we need the dilithium crystals. We're gonna take some of those along with our warp controller. I think they'll just link automatically. Not too sure, but we're gonna put those in, and I think it's already loaded up. I'm gonna guess it's already loaded. So let's take a look at the warp controller. We have fuel, so let's select a planet to go to. So we could go to quite a few different places. Can we go farther? No, it doesn't look like it. We can only go to Sol, and we can change what planet we're going to go to. So let's select that and warp. So fuel cost 180, and we put in a stack of dilithium, and now we can go to Saturn. So let's activate warp. And as we can see, we are zooming through space, and it is gorgeous. gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That is fantastic. Now, it is taking everything with us, including our... Oh, this is amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Ignore the physics. That doesn't make any sense. But this is fantastic. I could not be happier. Oh, should this be it? Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right. So, in a little while, we should arrive at Saturn. I think that's the one I selected. So, here we are. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, unfortunately, the placement of our ring up there, our little circle, is in the way of the rings themselves. So we might want to see if we can change the orientation. But, yeah, that's cool. We have the rings of Saturn, and the... You can see some color disparity in... Yeah, that's a lighter patch of blue. But for the most part, that's not a whole lot of change. But I still like it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Where else could we go? I'm not a big fan. Planet tracking. Oh, do we have artifacts? No, we don't have any artifacts. Warp selection. Let's select a different location. Let's go towards... I feel like Saturn has got to be the most interesting. Maybe Mars. Where's Mars? Am I blind? Where's Mars? Feeling awfully blind right now, but that's okay. Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus. Let's go to Venus. Oh, we can go to a moon somewhere. Can we select? No. Can I click on this and then go to Titan? Oh, we can go to Titan! Yes! That should be quite quick. Oh, look how cool that is! Yeah! What about Europa? Right? That could be cool. Warp? There we go. Europa being the moon around Jupiter. Hello! We are experiencing a little bit of confusion, but that is all good. As it turns out, I'm actually quite fond of Europa. It looks like we have an earthy surface along with big oceans, and I kind of like this more than Earth. So we're going to stick to this location for a little while, and yeah, Warp Core is fantastic. I'm not too sure if we can actually land on this planet, but now that I've said it, I kind of have to try, right? Right? Yeah, probably. But we'll try that another time. I would like to take a look at the book that we have been able to move along to. So we finished mid-game. We are still waiting for, I believe, osmium to be able to complete this page. We could probably do Rod of Return. And we also need that for automated extended crafting? Yes. But we are now in the late game. So we should try and do a few quests. It looks to me that some of these are going to be particularly easy from the get-go. So I'd like to focus on just seeing what we can do right away and then moving on from there. We're going to grab each of our circuits, and we should be able to have a 1, a 2, and please craft for me one of the nano processing mainframes as well. We should probably make more of those, but for the time being, that's quite all right. We're going to make one of these little fellas, and we will have 3 quests done all at the exact same time, maybe even 6, because I think we have these in the actual progression book as well. What's taking you so long? Are you confluffled? I'm confluffled why this is taking a while, but I guess there it is. So, whoops, no, not cancel. And now the quest is going to activate for me. I'll have to take a look at that. But, quest? The third tier 4 circuits. Nice. We already had access to these, but I never put them into my inventory. Second tier 5 circuits. Ooh, look at that ocean. I like that. And way over there in the back left, you can still see the green earthy area. And do we have the other circuit? There we go. Nanoprocessor mainframe. The first tier 6 circuit. I believe this is going to allow us to make a assembling machine at IV tier. So we probably want to make that without too much waiting, and this will gain us access. Oh, is this equivalent to a wetware? Oh, it is! So this circuit is the very first one that is equivalent to the wetware circuits, which are kind of considered, in my opinion, the final fellows, right? So this little guy is equal to this one, so we're just a few tiers away from accessing the fourth and final tier 6 circuit, and that's fantastic. Hey, look at there, LUV circuits. Is that in progression? I think so. Yeah, we just got these 3 quests as well, gaining us access to the IV assembling machine, and we probably need to do this too. Very nice. Fantastic. Alright, what does that do for the quests themselves? It does look like it wants us to do an IV assembling machine. Is there any other really good entry points? Oh, iridium. Tier 4 circuit, or the tier 4 microminer. I had quite a bit of trouble actually making the tier 3, and it already wants us to make one of these. What do you do for us, sir? Oil sands, lots of oil sands. Infinity blocks, that's quite nice. Diamond, lapis, coal, emerald, not super big on those. Iridium and osmium. This is going to probably be our very first source of osmium, and I do have access to these already. And we would need to do that in a medium microverse projector as well. Okay. Neat. Let's get started with the assembling machine, and probably going to need a space to start actually putting machines rather than just a conglomerate of chaos. Speaking of which, I did semi-automate our system here so that we are able to make Cenarium and all sorts of good stuff automatically with a limited thing. Things flow from here, from this chest to the extractor. Extractor solidifies, and from here, depending on what it is, it will make Cenarium from that. So this is sort of our Cenarium manufacturing location, which means I also want to look into solar. Man, there's so much to do now. It's so exciting. Now, I don't know if I've talked about something very important. Region borders and chunk borders. Most mod packs will allow you to hit F9. This might even be a vanilla feature. I don't know. Anyway, this shows you a little bit. Yellow lines represent the center of a chunk. Okay? Pretty easy. If we hit it again, you get to see the chunk walls. Alright? So we can already tell that this base over here, unfortunately, was split down the middle, and I didn't notice that. Right down the middle. Now, if we hit F9 again, these are region borders. And you don't want to build over them with almost anything. At least in my opinion. If there's machinery and chunk loading and all sorts of stuff, try and keep it in a region. Very important. You will notice that this base is in 4 regions. There's one over there. There's one over there. There's regions all over the place, and it's not very good. So I think that this is just going to be basically a portal room, and we're going to have to build elsewhere. That's why I started building up there. I looked around for a spot that was good, and I freaked out when I saw this region border. That's why we have this big old disc up here. I'm quite certain that nuclear craft stuff would break if it was on a region border. Now, Greg Tech stuff does, so who knows? But I think that we might be okay to build starting here. All right, we're gonna build kind of here and go that way. Now, I think this will be a good start. This is probably gonna be, for a moment, a little bit more pancakey than I would like, but I need to get started, and I know that this is going to be a rather large project. So, just gonna slap down some good old blocks and work from there. I'm thinking of a basement for wiring and try and keep the top looking somewhat nice. And then a big old shell around it as well. Not too sure what we're going to do about oxygen, but maybe we just fill this whole darn thing with oxygen. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Or we figure something out. And let's see, what else? I'm not too certain on the height, but it's going to be quite something, I think. Maybe even like 31. Yeah, that's probably good. That way we can squeeze things wherever we want, and, you know, we have a big old box. Yeah? And once again, the way that we're building here is using... What is this? It's the... What is that? Easy? No. Build? No. It had something to do with range. Where's the little upgrades? It's the little orbs. Here we go. It's effortless building. This thing is fantastic, though it does get a little bit squirrely from time to time. I think you were supposed to be 14. I think I just did 16. 15. Yeah, cool. And, you know, sometimes it works amazing, sometimes it doesn't. It was not working well for me up in this circle area, but that's okay. It's still fantastic. See, it didn't build that at all. Build! Please? Thank you. Very nice. So, the building concept of this is, well, the last base, I thought it was big enough and grand enough that we would be set for a little while. But then we ran into an issue. I really wanted to change the conduits, right? If we have a new conduit, this isn't a new conduit, this is an old one, but we just click on it, yoink, and it changes. But here's the thing, I had hidden a lot of conduits. So, you know, upgradability is going to be the name of the game here. I want to have everything relatively easy to access and easy to change. Anything that I think needs upgrading in the future, I want to have it upgradable. And quite frankly, our old base made it rather tricky, right? So if we come here, if I want to change all of the conduits in this building, good luck. You want to know where they are? They're down there. Not happening. Not happening at all. Dang it, stupid door. And everything's built so uniquely that it's all confluffled anyway. So yeah, we're gonna try and build around that. Now, I am curious. Hey, what's this called? Isn't that like Tyrion or Try? TRY? Something like that. What I really need to figure out is that oxygen thing. I know I asked that at the beginning. What do you guys think? Should I either figure out a workaround, like maybe it works through sneaky blocks? I should test that. Oh, look at that. I love it when a continent just moves by, and it's a lot faster here too. Oh, that's so sweet. All right. I don't know if I want that, but what I do want is a machine room. Something that I can just sort of use myself and figure out things from there. The first step will probably be to make an IV assembling machine. What do we need to make that? We have to make some conveyor upgrades. That's actually doable, right? IV, we need some motors. So we're gonna need a lot of motors at some juncture. Oh dear. How Really? The annealed ones? Annealed. We have quite a few, so I don't see the problem, but okay. Alright. Doink. Let's make 30. Can you do that? Ah, very good system. Looks like we'll have to up the number, but from there we can make our conveyor modules. Fantastic. I'll have to make a recipe for those, but that is good for now. And then we just need an additional circuit in the form of this nano processor, and this will allow us to make our very first IV assembling machine, and it is gorgeous. It'll also allow us to make these circuits a little bit faster, or we might be able to just jump to the next tier of circuits right away. These are EV-based circuits, so we could go with, what would it be? And man, it keeps doing that. Need to figure that out. Maybe building here will fix that problem. But the circuit that I'm curious about is the equivalent of this. So it's a 4, right? I think it's the 4. No, not fourth. I want final tier 4 circuit. Here we go. This is made in an IV machine, and that looks almost doable pretty soon. Looking forward to ASOCs. Can I do ASOCs? Oh, wait, we need the quad-doped wafers for those. That'll make things really nice. Look at that. 8 of those. Boom. Thank you very much. Oh, but a ZPM machine. Got it. Anywho, we're getting pretty close to that, and I believe our thingamabob should be good. So, IV assembling machine, please build for me. Thank you very much. And now a home for you somewhere. And I have to think about how we want to do these as well. I guess for now we'll just slap down some platinum and hope that we had enough. Beautiful. Gonna need quite a lot. Maybe gonna need some more blocks for the block palette, but for now we can slap this down and call it good. Oh, it does not like to be placed using effortless building. Same with these. Gotta love it, but also very frustrating. All right. We're going to be able to provide this power and probably gain access to our ME system as well. But hey, that's something. Now, to make that phantom quantum processor, was that it? The quantum processor? Quantum. Yes. Quantum circuit, that is. It looks like we're going to need multi-layer epoxy substrate. I looked at that, pretty easy. We have radon, we have quantum eyes, I believe. We need qubit processors and indium. Now indium, I looked it up, galena and spherulite, not too bad, but then I saw something interesting. Early osmium and iridium platinum group sludge dust. What? Platinum sludge dust. What on earth is sludge dust? Centrifuge. Osmium? Palladium? Iridium? What? What is this? Chemical reactor, chalcopyrite and nitric acid? I feel like I have a lot of that. Blue vitriolic liquid along with a little bit of group sludge. And then you combine that and you get just teensy little bits of osmium and iridium. I could have had that all this time. Huh. Fascinating. Now, osmium is going to be a little bit, I thought, tricky to get to because I really want inderium. I want inderium bad. If we could just have that before we start building, I can use inderium to make all sorts of fantastic stuff. Specifically, where would it be? I believe it would be wire mill doink and assembler doink. There we go. Inderium energy conduit. What's the one after that? Draconium. We could try and jump 1 or 2 layers pretty quickly before we start building here, but I don't know if it's feasible. So I'm gonna have to look into that. And unfortunately, that'll probably have to be in the next episode, because for now, we have the end of this one. It's very sad, I know, but don't worry, you'll see me in the next one, and I hope to see you too. Anywho, bye-bye!